Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. I'm Farhad. If you're new to this channel then please smash that subscribe button now, and we are only about 55 subscribers away from the 1.3k mark, the new goal of our channel. So if you're new, please smash that subscribe button and like the video. And it's been a while, since I have actually done a comparative analysis between two films, and I got my chance this weekend when the new Hindi film Shehzada was out. Shehzada, as you would know, is the official adaptation of the Telugu film Allu Vaikunthapurramuloo, and that was a 2020 release. The year 2020, it released in Jan before COVID, and that the Hindi version is finally out. First things first, I just felt that Shehzada is a project that probably did not sit right from the onset. It would be actually a creative disaster, because the Hindi dubbed version of Ala Vaikunthapurramuloo is already available for free on YouTube. So then why would you actually go ahead and make a Hindi film out of it? I mean, it is absolutely beyond me. And the pressure was actually showing. The film had originally started with the producer being Ekta Kapoor, then it switched to T series. It was slated to release on 10th of Feb 2023, which is last week. But out of respect for Pathan, Pathan is a film that was doing really well at the Hindi box office, and that's why they decided to postpone it for another week. And in that process, they also ended up shooting another song called Character Dheela at the nth hour, absolutely at the nth hour. So the desperation was showing for the filmmakers. Even as a matter of fact, it did star Kartik Aaryan, who is quite successful amongst his contemporaries, and he was the lone actor from the contemporary lot who was successful in 2022. But you have to keep in mind that original film had Allu Arjun in it, and that is seriously some big shoes to fill in. So then, how does Shehzada fare as compared to Ala Vaikunthapurramuloo? Let's find out. Um, so the story here, I'll start with the story here of Shehzada. It is a story of uh, a man who is separated from his family at birth, and he is from a well-to-do family, and the how he wins his way over into his actual place in his family. The family, well-to-do family, is pretty much the story that is there. If you have watched my review of Varisa also, which starred Thalapathy Vijay, it did have a similar story to it. And so this concept is not very fresh, it is not very novel. It just is okay. It's not something that should or would work in 2023. Which brings you to the question, one of the reasons why Ala Vaikunthapurramuloo did work, it was an average film from the script level, from its screenplay level. It was pretty average, it had nothing new to offer. But then why did that film work was because of two major reasons. One was Allu Arjun and the star power of Allu Arjun, and second was the chartbuster music. And that was something that Shehzada had to deal with here. And I somehow feel that it did not meet the mark. The screenplay here, standing at 40 minutes, was it, was drab and dry. It was meant to be entertaining, but it forgot to be exactly that. It wasn't entertaining at all. So the drama here does start on a decent note. It starts on a decent note wherein the two kids are, exchanged at birth. But then the slide starts pretty soon after that. The humor is absolutely flat. But then let me speak a little about the positives first about Shehzada. So the love angle here, it is not memorable, it is forgettable, but it does remove some of the problematic parts which were there in Ala Vaikunthapurramuloo. If you remember, in the original, Allu Arjun was staring at the thighs of Pooja Hegde, and I think that is quite problematic in the name of love or attraction. I think that was very problematic, and that portion has been removed in the Hindi version, which is a good thing. However, the love story still remains flat. It still remains just about average and absolutely not memorable. Um, but having said that, if you remember in the original, there was this terrific boardroom sequence that was there in which Allu Arjun, the character of Allu Arjun, he pays a bit of a tribute to the stalwarts of the Telugu film industry. Now, keeping in mind the adaptation, this was a golden opportunity, to have this scene with the Hindi audience, the paying a tribute to the Hindi stalwarts that are there in Bollywood. That scene is absolutely scrapped here, and it's absolutely shocking for me that how was this adaptation even approved without this iconic boardroom sequence that was there. Other than that, the proceedings are very disjointed and absolutely humorless. They try to be, filled with humor and try to entertain you, but it's absolutely not at all entertaining, absolutely ridiculously average, so to say. uh, None of the characters are well developed as well. Even the main lead, Kartik Aaryan, the character of Kartik Aaryan is one toned and at times cringe-worthy as well. The Some of the moments in the second half are all right, the ones which have an emotional appeal to it, but then the events leading up to the final act are absolutely underwhelming. I mean, you cannot make an adaptation simply by trying to be same as the original. You have to understand the soul of the drama, something that Drishyam 2 had done. Drishyam 2 also, by the way, had worked because the Hindi dubbed version of the original Malayalam film Drishyam 2 was not available. That's why it had worked in the Hindi speaking market. But there was no way Shehzada was going to earn. And if Bollywood doesn't learn from this, then they are going to keep repeating these mistakes, and these failures are going to be a part of their daily routine, so to say. So, Shehzada, from the screenplay level, not up to the mark. The dialogues are largely unfunny and absolutely borderline cringe-worthy. You can say it right. They seem to be witty, but they are absolutely not witty. One of the major, speaking of the technical aspects, the music and the direction. Speaking of the music here, some of the chart busters like Botapamma or Rarura, from the original Ala Vaikunthapurramuloo are still a part of my playlist. That's how the good the songs are. And here, surprisingly, the songs are below the mark. Pritham was a good choice here to carry the legacy forward, but he just did not land here. The songs are absolutely forgettable and ridiculously below the mark. I'm using the word ridiculously a lot, but they are below the mark. Coming to the cinematography is okay, but then I had a gripe with the art design. It seemed like a cutout, a cardboard cutout, and the sets were actually visible. So, I mean, the art design is not up to the mark. The editing is absolutely choppy. Director Rohit Dhawan, the pressure was showing in his craft here. There was desperation. There was desperation to prove a point. There was desperation to match up to the original, and there was pressure to deliver. And all of that was showing in. Rohit Dhawan just does not do a great job here. Um, his previous works are all right, but then this was a notch below that as well. So, Shehzada was a forgettable outing for director Rohit Dhawan as well. Coming to the performances, I feel the performances are absolutely all right. I mean, the characterization did not allow the characters to to rise up to the occasion, so to say. So the film did star a few comedians like Ali Asgar and Vipul Goyal, Ashwin Mushran. All of them in a titsy bitsy role, and none of them really do stand out. They're all right. Even Kriti Sanan, and stalwarts like Ronit Roy and Manisha Koirala, they're used pretty much like props. Only Sachin Khedekar, Paresh Rawal, and up to an extent Ankur Rathi are impressive in their roles. Sandhi Induja, again another talent who's been wasted as an antagonist here. Post the Family Man and Aspirants, it's been a slide for him, and I feel really bad because his acting is good, but the the roles that he's kind of landing up with, those aren't, very hard hitting, or they have not from a performance point of view for sure. Which brings me to Kartik Aaryan. Kartik Aaryan is no Allu Arjun. Yes, he is talented, he's sincere here, there's an effort, to try and deliver here. But then, I mean, his acting, he does go a little over as well. He needs to be smarter with his choices. He did take two large strides last year with Bhool Bhulaiya 2 and Freddy. Those were two good performances of 2022. This isn't a bad performance either, but then it is a step back, and a huge step back. And he needs to be smarter with his choices, because as an outsider, the industry is a little unforgiving, so he may not end up getting as many chances. He needs to be smarter with his roles. So overall, Shehzada is just a watered down version of Ala Vaikunthapurramuloo, which forgets to entertain. It had to entertain, and it forgets doing that. So if you watch the film, let me know your thoughts on the same in the comment section. Like the video; it helps a small creator like me in the YouTube algorithm that pushes it. Subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon. It helps you know when I come online with another video. If you'd like to read my full reviews of Shehzada and Ala Vaikunthapurramuloo, both links are in the description box below. Do visit my site Popcorn Reviews with a double S. Also, do follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but then I do write a lot, and all information is either available on my social media pages or on my site Popcorn Reviews with a double S. I will see you again tomorrow with another review of a Malayalam film. Which one that is, let me know in the comment section. Until tomorrow, thank you so much for your love and support, and thank you so much. I'll see you again pretty soon. Thank you.